Hey guys, we decided to head north this time. We didn't quite get up to the Windy City. We stayed a little bit south of that down here at Carlile, Illinois. Right here's Carlyle Lake behind me. I wanted to stay a little bit south because they got a great crappie fishery and it's a slower lifestyle down here. This is the country rural setting that I grew up in, and those are the places I seek out. I want to be able to show you great lakes, great attractions, great places, and great people. I'm meeting up with Jason Adams this morning. He's got a background in concrete, same as I do. We're going to hit the water, we're going to catch some fish, and then we're going to head over to the winery and see what this town is all about. I spent most of my life chasing success, chasing money, chasing respect. Truth is, nothing has brought me joy like being right here on the water. Rod in hand, hook on the line, chasing crappie. I am a crappie angler. These are our stories, and this is On the Hook.
Morning, man.
How's it going, dude?
Oh, it's going, man. You ready to go get some?
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you.
It has been a minute.
Winter time?
Yeah, probably back in the winter sometime.
Yeah. CatCon.
Yeah.
Got to do what we got to do.
That's right. We got to go to them shows and make that money. That way we can go fishing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, you want to get out here and see if we can't get them?
We'll try it.
All right, come on, man. Got it. Well, we have battled through the white bass and we have finally got our first crappie in the boat.
No skunk.
There will be no skunk in this boat today.
There he goes.
There he comes. That's good fish.
Yeah. What's that?
Shoot, man, we creeping up on a 12-incher right there. I got a feeling Carlyle Lake's gonna end up showing out here, boys. Now, I will tell you one thing that we've had to do, and that is work our way through a maze of white bass. Every one of these trees have got a ton of white bass on them. We've actually dropped on 3 or 4 of them and not knew that we were dropping on white bass until the bait got there, and then we could see them
Swipe and go.
Swipe, and that's one of the reasons they call them wipers, man. They swipe at your bait, and they feed different than crappie do. They smack, stun, and then eat, and a crappie just train wrecks it most of the time. That's just one of the things. If you're missing fish, like you saw me have a miss there a while ago, that fish lunged at my bait, and all it did was smacked it with the side of its body. It never went in its mouth. That was a white bass. Short stump here on the bottom. It's got one fish there sitting on the side of it, and Jason's taking his bait trying to get it right on top of the fish's head. The wind is hitting the back end of my boat and the side of my boat, and it keeps on moving the front end of my boat left and right. It makes it really hard for him to be able to stay on the fish, and that's why you keep on seeing him take his rod and set it over the top of the trolling motors, because of the way that the wind is pushing us. I know you probably can't tell from camera, but we've probably done spun halfway around, at least 90 degrees around this stump trying to get to this fish. We're in 9 foot of water, 8:40 a.m., water temp 78 degrees. Everything's going real good for us except for the wind. And just because you're fishing with live scope don't mean you're going to catch every fish you see. And you ain't going to see every fish that's actually on your screen because of the way they're setting, the way they're pointed. It's not a cure-all, it's just a tool. It's a tool that I like and is a whole lot of fun, but at the end of the day, it's still just a tool to put in your toolbox. He come off again.
There he is.
Got him at
Oh,
time.
monster. Yeah, well, we got to get the little ones out the way.
All right, next one's my turn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You catch the big one. Oh, don't think that was it, was it?
That wasn't him. This one came out of open water. He's still sitting there. Yeah, this was an accident fish. Never seen him. Came out of open water and smoked that bait before that bigger one could get to it. This stump here comes up real high, but there's 3 fish on it. One of them was all the way almost at the bottom. And from what I've seen today, that's why I went to the one on the bottom first, because I thought the 2 on the top were gonna be those white bass or stripers. Got down there, found out that was the crappie on the bottom. Now, I ain't leaving the stump. I'm gonna check them other 2 up top, and I'm gonna keep those dudes honest.
On the Hook is presented by Ozark Rods, Cornfield Fishing, Crappie Monster, Power Pole, Easy Drift, the City of Carlile, Illinois, and Red Gold.
Well, it's starting to heat up out here, but the bite just isn't. The bite's kind of tough. Carlile is not spring fed, so the water temperature depends on the air temperature. Hot water, less oxygen, less active fish. These fish are a lot less active, and that's why that we are single poling and we are absolutely dead sticking, just holding that bait right in front of that fish until it finally bites it, whether it's hungry or not, just to aggravate it. Got him that time. That's good fish too. That fish came out from underneath that carp again. There's 3 more of them in there. They're all the same size, pushing 12 inches or so. And that is just the coolest thing, to be able to pull those fish out from underneath that carp. I don't know what to say about it. It's just very cool. And I don't know if you can pick it up in our audio because of how the wind's blowing. When that I drop in there, if they're not paying attention to me, I'm letting that bait get right there, right over the top of their head, and I'm popping. And you can hear that line smacking that rod. I drop down and I jerk like I just got shocked by an electric fence or something. I don't want my bait going up and down very far, but I want it to send out a intense vibration to say, hey, look at me, I'm in your space. And that's how I was able to close the deal right there. Hopefully that'll help you put more fish on the hook. Come on, baby. Got him.
They just look so much bigger.
Little stubby male fish. That was funny shaped. After missing a couple of them fish, I went back to my scorpion tail setup. I've got a 1/4 ounce pencil weight, and then I'm using 3 bobber stops. I'm using 1 bobber stop on the top and 2 on the bottom, so when I set that hook, my sinker doesn't slide all the way down to my jig head. So it does have a few inches of movement there. 1/8 ounce jig head with a moon dust glow small fry. In this dingier water, that glow bait will help the fish be able to see it when you get down there because there's less light. Now Jason's got the same basic setup as what did I do, except he's using a different bait. He has got that Joker glow. It's a Crappie Monster uppercut. That chartreuse tail actually glows in the dark, and by this dingier water and fishing towards the bottom where all the silt is stirred up, that glow will help throw a shadow that the fish can pick up on and see. Flying fish.
Little missiles.
Yep, little missiles. Well, you drop inside these stake beds and you can just see fish there There's so many in there that you don't know which one you're going to hit. It's not like you can single them out like you can on a piece of standard timber. So sometimes you got to catch the little ones. That they will. Good fish. All right, you got the trolling motor?
Yeah.
That carp is still over the top of that brush pile, and Jason has that uppercut style bait that throws a wider profile. And with this small fry that I have on here, I had bit half of the body off of it. Boy, it went right through his jaw. I had bit half of the body off of it to shorten the profile to make it look like a lot smaller bait. And a lot of times in the summertime when it gets hot, or if something changes, these fish will get very, very lethargic and not want to move, not want to bite, not want to eat. So I went the opposite direction. I went smaller. I actually bit half of the body off, and then I rigged it up in a scorpion tail, like I always call it. I'm running the hook up through the tail to get that tail to stick straight up in the air. So when they barely nudge it, they grab the hook.
On the Hook is presented by Ozark Rods, Crappie Monster, Still Lake Marine, and Rockport Rattler.
Have you bought a steak lately?
Yes, I have. About $30 a steak.
And that's what keeps me on this water, trying to hone my skills right here.
Yeah, because, you know, a steak is expensive. I mean, fishing's expensive too, but once you have your necessities, you can pretty much catch dinner every night. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, and you're sustaining the fish population. You know, you come out here, catch a bunch of fish, you know, within legal limits, and then you know, go home and harvest them and have dinner for your family. I mean,
good, clean food that you know where it came from, you know how it was cleaned, you know how it was prepared, you know everything right there, no secrets. That's what it is for me. It's just good, clean eating.
Absolutely. And you never know what's in anything anymore, so you're in control of all this. That's what makes it nice about this. My name is Jason Adams. I'm from Brighton, Illinois. I've been probably crappie for all my life, pretty much. I mean, it's just whenever I can get away. And me and my son basically go fishing all the time whenever we get to go. I work for a business and I own a business on top of it, so it's kind of tough to get away. So we're going to make another run to another stake bed that I know, and hopefully we can pull out some decent fish on this one.
Is that a secret spot?
Well, I'm not going to say a secret spot because a lot of people know about it, but a lot of people don't fish it, so I guess you could say it's a secret spot, or it's a hidden gem.
He's taking me to a semi-secret spot that a lot of people fish. I'm gonna have to talk him out of some of these good waypoints. Let's see what happens. For everybody just now getting into crappie fishing, you want to keep that bait over that fish's head in clear water, 2 foot minimum if it's really clear like what we got here in this arm. Now in the muddier water, you got to really get on down in there to the point that if you're casting or slip bobbering, you start feeling the brush on your lure. So the clearer the water, the higher you hold it over their head, the dirtier the water because of the visibility. There's less visibility, so you got to get it closer to their face so they can see it to eat it. That is the best way I can tell you on distance from a fish on water conditions. We hope that helps you put them on the hook. Keep an eye on the cloud cover right now in this clear water is absolutely key to being able to catch these fish. It keeps on changing. When we see big clouds coming up, we know we can get a little bit closer to them. When the clouds are gone, we got to stay off of them because they will actually be able to see our shadow and they'll be paying a lot more attention because they can see further. got him. Oh man, that pile of air is full of them too. Nice 11-inch or so fish. You know what I hear goes good with crappie?
Wine.
Wine. You want to head over to the winery and see what they got going over there?
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, let's go. I appreciate you coming out here with me.
I appreciate you coming and having me.
This is a sleeper lake. It is an absolute hammer. Keeper fish, it's even got some big fish. Even when the bite is off the way it was today, we still laid the hammer on.
Yep, absolutely. There's always fish out here. It's just you got to put the time in to get them.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting ready to put some time in over at the winery and
Absolutely.
see what else they got around here.
Oh yeah, you'll put some time in.
I appreciate you, man.
buddy. Be careful.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
On the Hook is presented by Ozark Rods. Enjoy, Illinois. Anglers Port Marine. Clinton County, Illinois. Power Pole. Discover Downstate, Illinois. And Red Gold.
It's starting to get hot. We have caught a ton of fish, and we got some other stuff to do while we're here. They have flat out rolled out the red carpet over at the winery. Let's go check it out and see what that's all about. How's it going, man?
Good. How you doing, Jeremy?
Man, you've got a nice place here.
Thank you. We like it here. We've been here for a number of years now. We opened our doors in 2015 to the public, and since then it's been growing every year. So we're happy about that.
Good
Appreciate
deal.
you guys coming out here today.
Man, I was glad. I wanted to see the place.
Well, come on in. I'll give you a quick tour.
All right. We're out here at the winery. We're with the owner, and this property is amazing. He's taking us inside and showing us some of the process of how this wine is made. He's also got the vineyard right here on the property.
So the history behind 12 Oaks is that in 2005, I picked a bunch of wild dewberries that were around the lake out here, and I didn't really know what to do with them. There was too many to do much of anything, so I said maybe I could make a carboil wine. And that's where it basically started in 2005. After that, in 2006, we planted the grapes in the vineyard, and for the next 3 years, you're allowing the grapes to grow and establish a root system. And eventually, it just kind of took hold, and we opened our doors in 2015. So each year, I was making a little more wine. I started with a 5-gallon carboy, then 10 gallons, then I was doing 20, then I was buying 300-liter stainless steel tanks. 9,000 liter. Now I've got a lot of tanks, so I have a lot of. We're making over 3,000 gallon a year now.
And it's very impressive to think that he can take that business and put it right here at Carlile and make a heck of a go at it. Now we're on our way over to Bob's Fort. I don't exactly know what I'm in for, but I just know that I've got to meet Bob. How are you? I'm Jeremy.
Nice to meet you. I'm Blanche.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Nice to meet you. So, what would you like for us to do?
We're checking out this wagon and team of horses here, and one of those mannequins don't look quite right.
Then it's got a robotic mannequin, of course.
They say that for sure. Wear that for long. Right?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Oh, Bob, he pulled a fast one on me there. I hear a lot of stories that may be pretty typical for Bob.
Built the house in '79, the front part, and he started with this tower in 1984.
Bob built all this stuff by himself, quarried the limestone by hand. It is amazing that one individual could do something like this.
White oak tree dies. I cut my own beams. I use my own lumber. So when a tree dies, I run it through the sawmill. This is how you put on cedar shakes.
Well, he's letting us tour through some of his old 1800s farm machinery. And me growing up on a farm, I knew what a lot of this stuff was, but knowing Bob, he's always got surprises.
And then this here one. The trick is to keep the blade sharp. And the faster you move it, the better it does. So a little technology went a long way since then.
He has got the most extensive arrowhead collection I've ever seen. Antiques. He's even got these cabins that he has replicated and brought off of other properties and restored them right here on site. This needs to be on your bucket list of places you've got to visit. Beautiful lake, awesome fishery. Till next week, guys, stay tuned, hit that DVR. We'll be right back at you and we'll get you on the hook.
Turn the key, turn up the dial, and set me free.